Good afternoon, gardeners. I was asked how I turn a cider can into daisies for the garden. Well, the first thing you're going to need is something called a die cutting machine. My particular one is a Big Shot. And this is what it looks like. And in effect, if you can imagine an old-fashioned mangle, that's kind of what the mechanism is. So first you take your cider can very carefully, you open it up and you create a sheet of, is it aluminium? I don't know what it's made of, but that's what you do. And then you choose your cutting die. And as you can see, I have loads. I have, let me just get that one out. Lots of this particular variety. These are called Biggs dies. But it also works perfectly well if you use the smaller cutting dies. And I've got all manner of them in all manner of shapes and sizes and different themes and things. Now, having selected your cutting dies, you stick them onto there with a little bit of sticky tape. Now be careful because of course it's very springy, so you need to hold it down with a weight. And if you've only got paper punches, crafters, I've had success with paper punches, but it can jam your punches. So that's what you do. You stick them to your bit of aluminium can. And what I've done is I've actually sandwiched that piece of can between two sheets of clear acrylic. They come as part of the Big Shot machine. And all I'm going to do, and I'll just see if I can do it one-handed. No, I can't do it one-handed. You literally turn the handle, run them through the machine. So I'll stop you there and get them part way through. And you literally turn the handle and it literally runs them through the machine. I can't do it one-handed, I'm sorry about that, but you literally run them through the machine. And once you've run them through the machine, you will end up with lovely little flowers. Now, before you peel them off, turn them over, have a look at the backs. And if you look at these haven't cut through properly. So what I'll do is I'll put a bit of a shim in here, a piece of card, and I'll run them through again. And that's what they look like once you've popped them out of the die. And as you can see, I've cut all manner of ones with different sizes. You can flip it over to the aluminium side or use the colourful side. And it's a great excuse for buying yourself pretty colours of cider, because there are all sorts of colours on the cans. And then you just literally stack them up in layers with these little tiny paperclip things. Brads, I think they call them. And then you lay them, I mean, you could sew them together. That's absolutely fine if you sew them together. But literally, I just stick them together with these little brads. You might need to use a craft knife to poke a hole in the middle. And they're not sharp, they're not sharp. They're perfectly safe to work with. So there you go. That is how I turn a cider can into a flower. And there you go. Literally poke the brad through the centre. Open up the little legs on the back, and they look lovely hanging in the garden, and I'm hoping that they'll deter the pigeons. They might not, but they look pretty in the garden anyway. So that is how you turn a cider can into a daisy flower for your garden. Happy crafting, folks.